Anyway, another one for Toby now coming up. Steam are potentially going to be selling games in Aussie dollars. And Toby, you actually came across a new little updated bit of info earlier.
Yes, so apparently it was a dev, War for the Overworld, who is currently getting ready to launch on Steam soon. And they got a update that the pricing doodads that Steam has been updated to include Australian dollars, along with a lot of other ones that I haven't heard of. What is a Kuwaiti? Kuwaiti dinar. You can soon buy games in Kuwaiti dinars. Yes, so it's not released yet, but several devs have come forth and said, yes, this is going to happen soon. Steam has not seemed to have made any comment yet, but yeah. And according to price changes, it'll be cheaper in Australia, which is great news for Australian gamers.
Definitely, because I know you've been getting screwed over prices for many, many years now.
Prices, and if it's physical, shipping fees.
Yeah. Is that still the case then? You just simply don't get a lot of games physically?
I still get them, but I presume if I lived somewhere, if games were a little bit cheaper, I'd logically buy more or just have more cash elsewhere. I know it'd be very hard to work out where I'd put my money if I had a few more dollars in a savings account. But yes.
Nah, never in a savings account.
Under the mattress.
More games.
Yeah, so hopefully games will be a bit cheaper, which hopefully it'd probably allow Australian devs to be a bit more, It's good though.
I mean, a big part of that update from the developer as well was an update to the pricing matrix, because what happens is that normally the developer sets their price on a local level, and then everything's run through a matrix and rounded or loss or whatever to get the regional price, which is why Australia used to be stung. What were you paying in before?
USD.
Yeah, so you were getting stung with the conversion rate, even though the pricing in America was probably relative to, the other stuff on the matrix. So, yeah, really, the important thing is that you've been added to the pricing matrix, and presumably they will actually pay attention to conversion rates.
Hopefully, yeah.
Which would be nice. But then it would also be nice if, rather than traditional conversion rates, they actually looked at kind of the average income of people in a country before they did stuff like that instead. Because you look at some of the places on the eastern side of the EU, they're getting completely stung on game prices because they work because there's no kind of minimum wage in the EU as a collective. It's still done on a national level. So some people might be earning, €3.50 an hour, and then Germany they're earning €7.50 an hour as a minimum wage, and so it's costing twice as much. It's 2 hours work to get the game, or 1 hour's work if you're working in Germany, before you even take conversion rates and flux and matrices into consideration. That would be nice to see, I guess. On this note,
in that vein, there do seem to be a few other places. The Ukrainian, I'm not even going to pronounce that. Is Kazakhstan in the EU? I'm not sure.
It's not. No.
No.
That would be a big point of contention.
That's interesting, though. So yeah, more games is always good. Less your Steam and its games is.
Yeah, and if it helps out Aussie devs as well, it's all the better as well, I think. Especially, I'd just like to put a shout out right now to Sidebar Games. They're an Aussie dev. They've just released Golf Story on the Switch, and it is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I've seen nothing but good things about that game. They are going to be very surprised when they get their first check from Nintendo, I think. So yeah, and rightfully so.
Do we know if this is a full-on exclusive to the Switch, or is it coming out elsewhere?
I was under the impression it was going to be on other platforms, but what do I know? Ha 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 ha!
Although they've not updated their website because it still says coming soon to Nintendo Switch.
Oh,
that's not a good sign, is it?
maybe they're just in sheer panic. People like it. It's a golf game. We were just meant to throw it away. People love their golf games. It's such an odd sport, but yeah, it's like when you have a hyper realistic golf game, you can't sell more than 15 copies of it. But the second you're like, yeah, but these guys have got really cool eyes, and look, this person's got an awesome hat. Then people are like, yeah, I want this golf game.
Yeah.
Did anyone ever buy like PGA or something like that?
I did when I was younger. I had PGA Tour on Super Nintendo.
What was the other ones on like PS2, like Tiger Woods Pro Golf or something?
We had PGA Tour
like
that eventually, because that was the EA game that eventually became Tiger Woods Golf.
Yeah,
So they were the official ones.
I think it's Masters now. I think it's PGA Masters.
I thought the latest one was Rory.
Yeah, but I
Rory
didn't know.
something.
I didn't think his name was on the box. I thought they kind of got rid of putting names on the boxes after that.
I don't. Any sports games, I don't do realistic ones. I like fun ones. That's why. And golf's been on my mind recently because Golf Story's come out, and then a couple of weeks ago, Everybody's Golf was out as well. So
it was Tiger Woods PGA Tour on like PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
They slowed down selling while I was in the shops. They slowed down selling massively in those last.
Well, I'm not surprised. How much different could you get from one golf game to another? Oh,
yeah, and it's obviously the generic EA Sports as well.
yeah. Well, you know.
I mean, they were trying out the gimmicks. They did have like you remember there was a year where all of the EA Sports games had voice commands, so you could shout at it. And then they were all trying to use the Kinect, and then they were all trying to use motion sensors, and then everything was about physics. So there was some improvement on it, but yeah, a little bit. Oh, I've got a list of the new currencies that have been added.
Just like there was always an improvement on every FIFA game that came out, but you know.
Defense.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know.
It looks like currencies for Vietnam, Ukraine, Australia, obviously, Poland, Argentina, Israel, Kazakhstan, Kuwait, Qatar, Costa Rica, and Uruguay have been added.
I'm learning new stuff today about places and their currencies.
Go, man. You go. Go you.